Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're already in the comments. Guys, welcome back to another edition of DSM Pre-Game Live Divisional Round, 3 p.m. Eagles, Rams in the snow with a shot to take on the Washington Commanders and host the NFC title game for either one of these two franchises. I'm one half your host, Dylan Davis. To my right, my faithful co-host, Scotty. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to follow us on Twitter first at DSM_media is where you can find us. Check out the link tree in our bio. It will take you to every social media platform we are available on. If you guys want to be interactive with us throughout today's show or any one of our shows, like D-Rab's doing, like Pastor Rems is doing right now, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Help yourself out. Help us out. We're picking up a little bit of steam. We're getting closer to that first 200, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
We got to continue to
Keep
get
pushing.
there. We got a comment through from Twitter. Jake, what's going on, brother? Love you too. Miss you. Haven't seen you in years, so we'll have to catch up. But appreciate it. We got a Birds fan, not a Birds fan, but a rooting for the Birds down in Tennessee today for us, Scotty. So
Nice.
Martian talked all week. Time to line it up. We're a little over 2 hours away, man. We're going to get into our best bets, our predictions, our keys to victory, all of that good stuff. Taking a look back at the first Eagles-Rams matchup, but a lot to get into, and it's going to be a fun one. Scotty, what's going on?
Yeah, man. It's time to talk about the good stuff. It's kind of what I've been waiting for all morning. And I mean, aside from the actual game, let me put
Correct.
that, to be frank. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get into this. There's not much when it comes to logistics or analytics or whatever you want to call them when it comes to winning this football game. It's very straightforward in my mind, and it's put your foot on the Rams' throats from the jump of this game. Come out, be physical, be dominant, and just play the ball you've been playing all season. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day here. But I'm excited to get into the game with you. I'm excited to have everybody in the chat, and we're here. It's game day. We're in the divisional round. We're one game away from hosting the NFC Championship. We're 2 games away from going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So yeah, I'm really amped up today. I got my tequila in my mug in case you weren't with us for the first show. We're turning up from the jump today, man.
In the mug.
The Eagles need me. They need the energy from the jump. I'm going to be here.
Yeah. I'm 26 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. Like Scotty said, we're happy to have each and every one of you in the comments. This includes Brian Pumper today. I'm not even going to let Brian's somewhat negativity bring me down because he has to be fired up even if he's hiding behind some nerves or anything for the
Brian's ready.
Ball game. Let's start with this, man. Before we get into keys, we'll take a look back at that week 12 matchup on Sunday Night Football out in LA. I just want to start with this. It feels very similar, but on an even higher level than going into the wild card round against Green Bay. I don't want to call it disrespect. Like, I don't know that people are disrespecting the Eagles, but the lack of general awareness of what this team has accomplished, the context as to the 3 losses they had this year, all of that. So somewhat of disrespect to the Eagles, along tag teamed with who I don't know who you think the LA Rams are this season and this win streak that they're on and how hot this offense has been. I just don't know. It's the same thing that people talked about with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, and we came on and we said what we had to get into. I'm not worried. I know, like, by the time kickoff comes around, there's going to be some nerves. It's 60 minutes, win or go home, chance to host the title game.
Because you got to see it.
Nerves. I'm just not worried, man. We talked about it all week long. This Rams team, they're a good football team. And that was a very good win out in the desert to move on to this round. But my God, Matthew Stafford and this offense have 1 win and 1 game with more than 21 points in the last 6 weeks after the Eagles kicked their ass. But you would think this offense is on fire.
Rolling.
Oh, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp and Kyron Williams. Matthew Stafford threw 20 passing touchdowns this year. Jalen threw 18, but the difference in which these two are talked about as passers and this season, Matthew Stafford threw 20 passing touchdowns in more games played than Jalen Hurts did this year, but their offense is talked about like it's a lethal weapon right now.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of this team at all, man. You had the numbers. If you just want to share them with the people, Matthew Stafford in the snow or rain, and there's predicted 5 to 8 inches hitting Philadelphia. I just saw it starting to pick up right now. The only number I know is that he's 1 for 8 in the snow or rain in his career. So if you would like to share some of those percentages and turnovers and everything like that with the people.
Yeah, for sure. On top of it being a short week for the LA Rams that have to travel across the country, they're traveling into cold weather. So it's not just precipitation. Of course, we're getting snow. I can see it out my window right now. It's turning white out there. It's also cold weather. So obviously, if there's snow coming onto the ground, it's below freezing, right? We know a little bit of science from grade school, right? With that said, Stafford's 5.79 yards per attempt in cold weather games this year, ranked 27th out of 39 qualifying quarterbacks. His average depth of target was 4.2 yards, ranked ahead of only Drew Lock. In the rain, Stafford also struggled compared to other quarterbacks. So you have a short week. You have Matthew Stafford, who struggles in cold weather. You have a dominant Eagles rushing attack that plays outside every week that they play from home. These are just the outside or the external things that I'm looking at as far as green lights towards the Eagles winning this game and actually coming out and dominating this game. But I did want to say, I did want to back you up on one thing you said, because I know we're going to get kind of disrespectful to the Rams in a sense on this show, but it's not meant to necessarily be disrespectful towards the Rams. It's just the way this game was talked about all week. Yeah, it's not even Rams fans for the most part. I know Pastor Ram's been trolling us to start the morning. Pastor Rams hasn't been saying crazy shit all week, right? He hasn't been declaring W's and whatnot.
7 of 8 CBS experts
that's crazy.
The Rams to win the game today.
Dan Orlovsky, right? Like guaranteeing stuff. Like it's disrespectful to us. It's disrespectful to not be able to look at the matchups and understand that this is not the Minnesota Vikings that they're walking into today. This is the Philadelphia Eagles. They play a different brand of football. And we've done it all year, man. That's what's really annoying. It feels like I'm on the Truman Show. It feels like I'm constantly being trolled by everyone. That's what it feels like as an Eagles fan this season. I keep getting told that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, yet all he does is win football games. I keep getting told that Nick Sirianni is a bad head coach, but all he does is win football games. So I don't know. I'm growing tired of it. I'm ready to come out, get it on the field, line that shit up, as Martian would say, and show how dominant we can be as a unit, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for this opportunity. I would say, I know we're going to get disrespectful. The Rams are a good team. They've picked it up in the last few weeks, especially defensively. But there is levels to shit. That's the basis of what I'm saying here.
Yeah, and I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I get the bottom comment. First of all, the numbers do matter. Like again, context. Let's throw out context. The context is Matthew Stafford stinks in cold, rainy, wet weather. It's going to snow 5 to 8 inches today in Philadelphia in sub 30-degree weather. The numbers. Do you think Matthew Stafford's just going to flip a switch now after his long career and just start slinging the rock today against the number one defense in the snow and the sleet and the cold? No. So the numbers definitely do matter. Hey, just so you know, Jared Verse didn't touch Jalen Hurts in the first matchup. He's not going to touch Jalen Hurts today. I don't know who the fuck, again, Jared Verse, very good player. I really don't know who he and people think this Rams defensive line is. Yes, they got after Sam Darnold. This is not the same thing. It is not the Minnesota Vikings offensive line, okay?
They all see that clip of him like running through Jordan Mailata on an offsides.
Yeah. Congratulations, bro.
That was his W of the day, week 12.
Right. And to Martian's point here, as if this game didn't need more juice with a shot to go back to the NFC Championship game, with what took place last night, Now there's an opportunity to host the NFC
Yeah.
Championship game, which looked
I have a
grim. They
madhouse.
didn't think it was going to happen. This was supposed to be the finale at the Link today,
Yeah.
potentially. Now you get an opportunity for a trip to go to the Super Bowl next week back here. So it brings more juice. That place is going to be crazy. The team's going to be fired up. So let's get into the game, man. The weather does matter. Context matters. So with that said, what are you looking at today? Saquon Barkley, Kyren Williams.
Yeah.
Eagles D-line and rush defense, Rams D-line and rush defense. It's going to matter today. Saquon Barkley is going to run wild again over this Rams defense because, again, there's nothing to leave to the imagination. Do you want it fact? Do you know what happened in SoFi Stadium? 255 rushing yards happened in SoFi Stadium a few weeks ago. 300 all-purpose yards, 270-plus yard touchdown runs. That happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Eagles' D-line and defense does very well? Stops the run. Fact. They've done it all year long. That's going to be the focal point of this game, is going to be in the trenches, offensive and defensive lines versus each other, running backs versus each other, and it's too much. It's not to say Kyren Williams is not a good running back. He's a good running back. It's way too much today. Way too much.
That's my.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Again, I do love you, Pastor. Just research it. He's the number one quarterback against the blitz this year. His numbers are unbelievable against the blitz this year. He's not seeing ghosts. He's not making bad decisions against the blitz. He's quite literally the best completion percentage and beats you when you bring pressure against him this year. So I get it. Maybe you think that against Tampa Bay in the playoffs last year. That's not the case. I just had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, it's funny the way he's talking, but like Glaze's Brock Purdy earlier in the comments, right? Like odd. But that was honestly what you were just talking about. Kind of fits into my first key to victory here, man. And it's making the Rams one-dimensional. Let's go out here. Let's see Stafford do it in the snow. Let's make him beat us in the snow. And I think that presents the opportunity to pin your ears back, get after Stafford, get a double-digit lead, pin the ears back, get after Stafford, and then we can really start making some turnovers happen in this bad weather. So I think that is the first thing for me defensively. That defensive line, the linebackers, obviously, Nakobe Dean goes down, Oren Burks, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. going to have to step in with Zach Bond, obviously, make plays in the run defense, shut Kyren Williams down, and force Matthew Stafford to have to do a little bit more than maybe he wanted to step into and do today. So that's where it starts for me. On the other side, man, we mentioned Jalen so far. All seriousness with Jalen today, when he does get his opportunities to throw the ball, let's get the ball out quick, man. This is where we need to see those quick hitters to A.J. Brown, to Smitty, to Goddard, to the outside, right? We need to see some of these quick hitters today. I do think the offensive line of the Eagles is going to do much better than what the Vikings did. But you do have to give the Rams a little bit of credit getting after the quarterback when you get that many sacks in one game. Let's get the ball out quick. Let's prepare. Let's pre-game plan for this team, right? And I think it's just one of those things where you look at last weekend, one of the things that you go back and you say, I wish we could have done that better, getting A.J. Brown the fucking ball. And in order to do that and get him in a rhythm, if you want to take those deep shots, especially in this weather, you need to get the quick hitters inside first. You need to get the quick slants. You need to get the ball in his hands. Let him get a feel for it. Let him get going. And you can see some special stuff from these guys today. But I do think it starts, man. I think too often we start with those deep shots. Let's get some quick hitters on the inside. And I'm not talking about screens, man. I'm talking about quick hitters in the middle of the field. Slants. Hey, let's keep it simple. Slants. That's what I'm talking about. With Smitty and AJ, we should be seeing it all day, man. And the Eagles need to take advantage of it, especially with Dallas Goedert back. He creates a whole other diversion in the middle of the field.
And did you know, not only did Saquon Barkley go for over 300 all-purpose yards in this game, A.J. Brown also went for a $109 and a tutty in this game. So you got a taste of both. To I'm Paul's comments above, I'll let Martian handle you in the comments. But no, I think the Eagles are going to win because 37-20 and can't stop the run in SoFi Stadium tells me all I really need to know.
Commanders defeated Kenny Pickett.
You're right. The Commanders beat Kenny Pickett in the last 6 seconds at home.
The cockroaches are coming out. They had a little bit of success, Dylan.
Here's what we know.
The cockroaches are out.
Right. The last thing I'll say, nobody likes the Eagles because they're fan. Yeah, you got it, pal.
Great.
Come back all next week after we take care of business. But all right. First, yeah. See, I don't know if Paul is his profile picture or if he's a little kid. It's lost in the playoffs last year. Misspell. Yeah, Paul, you got me. You got me. What you got me?
Wow.
Because the Commanders have been very good. Anyway, I'm losing train of thought by the asinine comments I'm seeing. But yeah, appreciate the viewpoint, Paul.
All good, Paul.
Yeah. So if you, like I said, if you did want to know if AJ Brown had success against the Rams last time, he did. Did Saquon Barkley have success? He did. Did the Eagles defense have success? They did. That's why the Eagles are going to win today. That's
Devontae Smith didn't play, right?
No Devontae Smith in that game either. Jahan Dotson was wide receiver too. I believe he caught one screen pass in that game. Could be even wrong there. So that's what I know from the previous matchup. So run the ball, stop the run. And I agree with you, man. I feel like last week, and again, I didn't go back and watch the all 22 film. It just didn't feel like our routes, our concepts were down the field. Like when they would go back and show the 8 or 9 plays where Jalen threw incompletions and everything was locked up in the secondary, everything was downfield. I don't need that today, especially in these elements today. Get the ball out quickly and let AJ Brown and Devontae Smith do things with their legs. Let Saquon Barkley do things with his legs. Let Jalen do things with his legs. And this team and this offense should be able to chug along, man. Outside of that, my bad. Yeah, I don't know if I clicked the wrong comment for you.
No worries.
Outside of that, dude, defensively, right? Do you let Q follow around Puka today? I know Fangio won't. Like, it won't happen. He hasn't really done it all year. But Cooper Kupp, like, not to say Cooper Kupp can't do anything, obviously. But he's becoming No. I'm saying, like, Cooper Kupp, like, in the last couple games,
he's like a decoy.
Stafford doesn't even look his way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but he doesn't even look his way, dude.
Yeah.
So my point is, how do you limit Puka? Do you let your CB1 follow him around?
The only reason that I would say no is because I don't want Darius Slay to feel like we don't trust him. Like, do we trust Darius Slay versus Puka? Because Darius Slay didn't play in the last game either. Is that correct? Or did he get injured during the game?
He got injured during it.
During the game. So he left, and that's when Isaiah Rodgers comes in and he gets targeted the whole game, right? I don't know. It's just like they haven't done it all year, to your point. Like Vic Fangio won't. So I think you just stick to what you've been doing. And I think that is the beauty of our defense, is that you can. While I do agree with you, I think Q is better than Slay at this point in Slay's career. I think I trust both of those guys on the outside. I don't want to say equally, because obviously I think one's better than the other, but I trust them enough on the outside for not to have Q move into the other side of the field, for example.
Yeah, and I don't think that's in Fangio's scheme at all. I'm just saying, I guess my key is future. How do you limit Puka Nacua? That's what I'm looking at, because I do not think Kyron Williams gets going today. If they have to force feed him against this defensive line, he might break a run or two for 12, 13 yards. That'll be it. Kupp's been used as a little bit of a decoy. Is Davis Allen or Tyler Higbee going to beat us over the middle of the field today? Can't see it happening. So how do you start to limit Puka Nacua is where I would look at. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that ultimately. And I do think that's why today, man, I was going to talk about it later, but CGJ is a huge piece for me today. He's a huge key to what I think the Eagles defense is going to have to do. And I think part of that is helping out Slay if he needs to on that side of the field, because that is where CGJ operates, over on the right side as a safety for the most part. Reed Blankenship usually on the left side for at least for what is that correct for your opinion as well? Reed on the left, CGJ on the right.
Like if
Where
you're
I'm picturing it right
if
now.
you're staring from the quarterback's position,
Yeah, from the
towards
quarterback.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually CGJ paired with Slay on the right side. Think he's going to play a big part in helping Slay out a little bit over there with Puka. Because to your point, that is their biggest threat, is what we're getting at. Puka Nacua, he is the one that did the most work in the first game against us. So you would expect him to go back to that well today. And I think the other side of things, you mentioned Cooper Cup, Cooper DeJean stepping in. What does that matchup look like? Do they continue to use Cooper Cup as kind of a decoy in a sense in the offense, or do they try to go his way today against a rookie? That's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I'll just say this. I think our defensive line is going to make Matthew Stafford's day hell. I think they're going to get after it today, man.
So do I. He was
So,
sacked
like all that shit aside, I think that's the basis.
By the way, in the first matchup, again, which was in a dome in LA, which is an advantage, Jalen Hurts was sacked one time. So, for that Jared Verse defensive line coming after him, not going to happen. And Matthew Stafford was sacked 5 times, which I believe at that point in the season was a season high for the Eagles defensive line.
Yeah.
So,
I think the line's going to get after it. The other thing I'll mention, it's obvious, turnover battle. That's going to be a big part in this game as well, especially with the weather. But
Paul's getting angry. Paul's getting angry in the comments. You idiot. Paul, don't you have better things to do on your Sunday afternoon? Or I'm just interested.
No, this is his celebration. They don't have success often. So gotta celebrate and go wild.
Pastor. You had all your weapons the last time we played you. I'm gonna say this one more time. It is obviously not impossible for the Eagles to lose today. 60 minutes, win or go home. Anything can happen. You are a 7-point dog for a reason. That line was just not pulled out of Vegas's ass. We have recent history against your fully healthy team where we were not fully healthy. Number 6 did not play in this game. And we dog walked you in your own crib in a dome. That's it.
Oh, the Commanders fans are out, boy. Yeah. We need to get this W. I need this.
I need Paul to subscribe. I need this account to subscribe, because when you guys do, after we take care of business today, I better see you all week. And then after we line that,
you'll
shit
see
up
them all week.
I better, but I won't.
You'll see them all week.
Monday.
You won't see them after next week.
Monday. Yeah, that'll be it.
That's the key.
I don't know what it takes time to figure out. Puka and Cooper have been together for the last 2 years, so I don't know what we're figuring out, but that's what I know, man. So when I'm sitting here struggling, I'm being honest, Scotty. Besides saying the obvious in run the ball, stop the run, I don't know what else I really need to watch. What I need to say today. It's just that simple. They're too much. They're too dominant. They've played head to head. Their resumes are there. There's a reason one team won 10 games. There's a reason another won 14 games. There's a reason one team's playing it it's just, it's not that difficult for me, man.
Let me ask you this. Is there a way that you can become more confident coming out of this game than you already are as an Eagles fan going into next week? Is there something the Eagles can do today that will make you even more confident?
Well, I mean, obviously, if they come out today and dog walk the Rams, but I do want to make one thing very clear.
I just mean something specific, like maybe Jalen passing. I know there's a lot of talk about that. Is that something that, if you see that, that's it. That's the last thing. Or
I mean, sure.
Because there,
I think that's the only issue is that's not really in my mind, because A, just win, and B, I know that Jalen and this passing offense can do it. We've seen it this year. When people ask questions about it, that would more so be for other people, so I can keep my mental sanity throughout the week when talking about this passing attack. But I just don't know that you're going to have to see it, Scotty. Again, that first matchup, he threw the ball 22 times for $180. 1 passing touchdown, no turnovers. Protect the football, run the football, use the read option, let Saquon loose, and get the ball to AJ and Smitty quickly.
They gotta be the same person. It's just Pastor acting like a 6-year-old.
Paul, except I appreciate your expert analysis here, Paul. Then can I ask you a question? Why haven't other teams done this? Why haven't it's so simple. Bring pressure up the middle and seal the edges. It's so fucking simple. Against this offensive line with a running quarterback, with a 2,000-yard rusher, a 14-win team.
Gotta hit Hurts hard all day.
That's so that's so simple. Hey,
Paul, hit him hard all day.
Hate to break it to you. They hit him one time in the last matchup. You don't get to him because the best offensive line is in front of him.
Hit him after he's already down, Paul. Yes, that's the way you can do it.
Paul,
that is the way you can do it.
All right.
You can do it after the whistle, for sure.
I'm done paying attention to Paul and whatever the other Washington. This dude's just talking about the Commanders. No one asked. No one's talking.
Everyone doubted us.
Yeah, no idea who you're speaking to. But to Paul's, I just want to throw this out, and I know he'll say something stupid back. But the Eagles and Commanders played twice this year. In one game, the Eagles were healthy and Jalen Hurts played. In the other game, Jalen Hurts got knocked out on the second possession, and you had to play Kenny Pickett. In one of those games, the Eagles won, and in one, you guys won with 6 seconds left at home against Kenny Pickett. That's what we know, head-to-head. If Devontae Smith catches a pass, you guys lose at home to Kenny fucking Pickett. Get out of my comments, Paul.
DC Paul. That's why this game, man. That's why I'm so excited for this game, because you need to come out and shut these motherfuckers up. Shut them the fuck up.
Paul, no, you didn't. He got hurt in the second possession in the first quarter. You did not, and you were losing 14-0 when he gets hurt and when he leaves the game.
Paul, come on, dog.
The problem is, man, because these people are good at it, because they know it's clearly getting to me, and it's all Paul has to do is just type a couple words, and I'll keep going back to it.
Probably geeking too.
Because there's part of my mind that wanders and questions, like, do these people really think this?
They dead serious.
Yeah, like, does he really believe the words he's typing, or is he like 13 years old behind this weird ass profile picture?
I'm Paul.
I am Paul.
Oh man. All right,
back
man.
To Eagles Rams.
Yeah.
Back to
what's
Eagles
at hand?
Is there anything else? Is there anything you're looking at that you are keying in on?
No, I mean, obviously turnovers. I mentioned it a little bit ago, but no, I mean, it's not something that we struggled with. So it's not something that I think you need to necessarily, focus on. But yeah, you have to be smart with the ball, as always, as they've done since week 4 of the season this year, is take care of the football and defense, be opportunistic. We've seen that in the last couple of weeks. They've turned it up a notch. As far as gathering turnovers, man, you had 4 turnovers last week, a fumble and 3 picks.
Yes.
So you look at a running back like Kyron Williams, puts the ball on the ground quite often. 5 fumbles this year. I believe he lost 3 of them.
Quite fucking often for a running back.
Yeah, that's quite often throughout a 16, 17 game season. So we'll see what Kyron Williams is on today. But yeah, be opportunistic just like they were all season, man. That's what I want from this defense. And from offense, go out there and just shut the haters the hell up. I think that's a big part of it, too. When you look at Jalen, you look at AJ, they need to shut these guys the hell up. So that's what I'm for today.
Newsflash, Paul's going to watch the game today. Paul is going to watch the game, and he likes Jared Verse. It's good. Proud of you, Paul. Proud of you. So all I'm going to say is this. Before we start to wrap up, we're going to get to our predictions and our best bets in a minute. Just do me a favor, because I'm going to be here tomorrow. Scotty's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just come back tomorrow.
We can get
after
into
what
it,
takes place at 3 today. Come back tomorrow. Because those are the people that piss me off. The ones I can't find. Yes, Stafford might get red hot. 44-6 Birds. Scotty, man, let's get into these predictions. Standout stars first. Who do you got for me on offense and defense?
Yeah. Man. My heart wants to say Jalen Hurts. I'm just going to go AJ
Mhm.
Brown because I think it's in response to Jalen Hurts having a
Yeah.
day. So I'm going to go with AJ Brown once again. It feels like this happens like almost every like 3 or 4 weeks where the whole world doubts AJ and Jalen's relationship, and then they come and show the world. And I think that's one of these things today. As much as I do believe Saquon will do what he needs to on the ground today, I don't think that this is an indication that he won't. I do think they will do a little bit more than maybe we're even expecting through the air today. And I think they get AJ heavily involved today, man.
Yeah, I do
So
agree. I mean,
I'll go with AJ.
obviously Saquon, right? He's probably going to be fed 28, 30 times potentially in this matchup.
Yeah.
But I do agree. AJ Brown is my pick in this one. For whatever reason, people just continue to question it because it's like they just forget what happens 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks before that, and the short-term memory really just kicks in. There's been games where AJ Brown has like 3 targets, and then there's games where he has 18 targets. It's the flow of a game. It's what they do well. Every game is different. I do think AJ Brown has at least 2 or 3 big moments today. I do think he finds the end zone, which we're going to talk about in a few moments. So I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to say AJ Brown's my pick. I'm not picking a defensive player today because I did so last week and I put him out for the rest of the season. So I'm going to stay away from
Fair
picking
enough.
my standout star on defense. Who is yours?
Yeah, man. I said it earlier. I think CGJ picks Stafford off today. I do. I do love that play. I'm not sure what the odds are, if there are odds on interceptions
Yeah, there are.
today. But yeah, I like CGJ to make a big play today because that's what he does. Could even be a touchdown for the defense type of thing. So yeah, I'm looking at CGJ directly. I think you go to the front 7. We talked about the defensive line.
Yeah.
I think that unit as a whole. I want to say Jalen Carter, but maybe he takes on 2 guys today and it opens it up for Nolan Smith to have another day. Whatever it takes to get the W, man.
Yeah. I do want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, this offense, get out of your own way today.
Yeah.
There's no explanation. This is not the Green Bay Packers defense last week. There's no explanation for you guys to be stagnant today. There's no explanation for the stupid screen passes, for getting in 3rd and longs and then running the ball and just deferring and punting. Get out of your own way. Get the ball out of Jalen's hands. Get it to AJ on slants and in space. Use 2-6. Use them in the goddamn red zone.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because the talent will be too much. Just let your guys do what they've done all season. Do what you did the first time against the Rams. You have the script. Just stay out of your own way, man. For best bets, if you couldn't tell by our standout star on offense, Scotty and I are laying AJ Brown anytime touchdown scorer this week. Obviously didn't get in last week in the first playoff game. Lots of talk and conversation around him and Jalen and the passing offense again this season after last week. I think he has a big day. I think he finds the end zone today. And then we're laying, if you just a spoiler alert to our game predictions and our scores, best bet is Eagles -7.
Yeah.
All's on the table. Eagles -7. It ain't a player prop outside of the AJ sprinkle. It's not Jalen passing yards. It's not Saquon rushing yards. It's not Eagles team total as a safety net. It's not, Eagles money line is like with -300. Can't lay that. Yeah. Eagles -7. They take care of business at the link. That place is going to be fucking explosive today.
Dominate. Shane, as a rational Washington fan, congratulations on making it to the NFC Championship, man.
Yeah.
As a rational Washington
fan. If I could shake your hand, and that's not sarcasm. If I could shake your hand, I would right now because
Jaden Daniels is a stud.
God. Yeah.
But Paul, I'm glad we agree on Paul. I'm glad we agree there, man. Do you have a final score? Does it matter? Like, obviously, we want them to cover the spread. Do you have anything in mind, man?
So here's the thing, right? I think the offense has the potential to go berserk today. And I know some of the comments have said, oh, the cold and the elements. The elements do matter. I want to know how much it dictates the game plan, right? Like, I want to know how much we're slowing down in the second half. I want to know if we're taking our foot off the gas because we're up by 15 or whatever the case. I think the Eagles get over 30. I think they didn't have a great offensive output last week. I think there's more noise this week. I think there's, you have the Jared Verse comments. There's just a lot built up in this matchup.
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity for them to go out there and just run all over this LA Rams defense. I'm going to
Is
go
it like
with
Minnesota level the year we won this? Is it like that level of
No, I won't say that.
no?
I don't think it gets that out of hand. But I'll say Eagles 33, Rams 20.
That's
33-20.
that's very similar to what I have. I have 31-17. So
Yeah. Brian had one more comment to sneak in. Brian, he doesn't have to step up. Like, do I want him to play better? Do I want to see the passing attack do what they can do? Yeah. But again, like, what do you mean Jalen better step up? Why? So Saquon can't run for 255 again? All right, Brian, do me a favor. Don't comment anymore. Don't tune into the show. You can unsubscribe if you want. This is the fakest. Like, you're not an Eagles fan. You're not. I don't know what the point of this comment was. Not only are you wrong because we've quite literally been to a Super Bowl where he balled the fuck out, you just picked them to lose by 20 at home to the Rams.
yeah, and the kicker is when we win today, he won't be here tomorrow, as always.
Right.
We'll wait a full week until we're about to go play Washington. That we'll
You're
do
not
this
any.
whole
You're not
parade
any.
again.
You just said they were going to lose by 20 at home as 7-point favorites because you don't believe in. What does that even mean? They don't lose this year. They're 14-3 this season. They're hosting the divisional round as 7-point favorites. But you have this concoction in your mind that the quarterback just can't like somehow win football games as if he hasn't done anything else.
James got a cock in his mouth in the comments. James, take
remember
that
what
cock out of your mouth, bro. That's embarrassing.
This is crazy, dude.
Take that dick out your mouth, bro.
We have had some crazy, crazy random comments today. Like, yeah, we got the Tanner comments. I don't know. I don't remember what Shane said last week. What does he mean we did it? Oh, he's a Commanders fan. Is that it?
Is that what it? I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Let's get out of here before people.
James love that cock in his mouth.
Yeah,
fat cock, he says. Fat cock. He likes in his mouth. Oh shit.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, everybody. There's over 60 people in here right now.
Blowing our algorithm up, man.
Content we normally get. Yeah, crazy algorithm today. Nonetheless, even though some of you guys drive me fucking insane, we do appreciate the interaction and at least most of the subs we appreciate. That's going to do it for this show. We'll be talking to you guys Monday. I don't even know.
Let's get it. Go Birds.
Go Birds, baby. Peace out.
Fuck out of here. You damn right.